He's coming out like in a week. Yeah, like 3 weeks time or something, isn't he?
Yeah, that's what they were saying. And then you can be Kate Bishop as well.
Yeah, I can't say like because what is it? There's like a leaked list of characters that are apparently coming out in the next year.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I can't really say there's any that appeal to me.
Like whom?
Um, Let me take a look at the
Not that I
apparently.
condone or uh, the spreading of leaks, but you know, if somebody's talking about it and we just happen to be listening, hey, bless up, man.
Well, I take it all with a pinch of salt because it's a quote unquote leak anyway, so
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's anything special.
I mean, this
But
isn't gonna skip it, is it?
right now, the list is looking like Ant-Man, Vision, Black Panther, Doctor Strange, Falcon, Marvel, Mockingbird, Quake, Winter Soldier, Scarlet Witch, Captain Marvel, Kate Bishop, She-Hulk, and War Machine.
So half the team, half the characters that are already in the game just palette swapped.
Yeah, there's a lot of character cameos to be fair in the story mode, so you'll see a few bits here and there.
Winter Soldier's cool.
Yeah, I think if he plays anything like how Winter Soldier was portrayed
Thank you, my
in
love.
Winter Soldier, then hopefully. So I consider that like peak Bucky before he became kind of a bitch in later films.
Oh yeah, I mean, every time I watch um, Civil War, I like it less because it just gets stupider and stupider every time I watch it. The action set pieces are amazing,
Hmm.
but the story is just like the whole.
It makes sense, but it isn't a really strong enough reason to go against each
No,
other.
and especially when you knew Thanos was coming up, and you knew that as soon as Thanos was involved, they would just completely disregard the Accords because nobody's going to sit there and wait and talk to X, Y, or Z when Thanos is clicking his fingers and erasing universes. It's not going to wait for General Ross to sit there and be like, "Oh, by the way, I think the United Nations should vote whether or not the event." It's like, come on, man. This will never mean anything in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah, it kind of works as the overall because I consider like all
What?
the Marvel movies like one consecutive thing, and Civil War is definitely supposed to be the second act low point. It's supposed to be the
Oh
breakup
yeah.
before second act low point.
Oh, this wasn't in the beta, was it?
But I will say I do enjoy Civil War for what it was. I know people have like a lot of problems with it, but I really enjoyed it.
I
Plus,
love Black Panther.
the movie or character portrayal.
Both. In Civil War.
Okay. Yeah, no, like Black Panther and Civil War was pretty good for the most part. I didn't like his movie, mind you, but I enjoyed his portrayal in Civil War.
You didn't like Black Panther?
No, it wasn't. The problem is with me, we were so far into Marvel films that even I now, I suffer from like origin movie fatigue
That's fair.
because all the time there's the enemy is always the exact opposite version of the main character or a slightly evil altered version of the main character, and there's these problems with how it's somehow tied to their past or their master, and just nothing about it feels kind of unique in that sense, which is why like Spider-Man Homecoming to me felt kind of refreshing in that sense. I'm just kind of like, oh, it isn't a typical slightly evil version of the main character.
Yeah.
But you headshot that guy like 3 times in a row and
Yeah,
did
I
it like a
know.
champ.
Do I have to do this?
Yeah, don't worry. It's a pretty quick sequence. It's just to get you to like the second phase and introduce you to like some fun little mechanics on the
Oh.
side. There's a nice little test your might sequence in here as well.
Oh, bro, I'm gonna play King of Fighters 14. I'll play it tomorrow. Oh no, I'll probably finish this tomorrow, and then Wednesday I'll play King of Fighters. King of Fighters has such a sick soundtrack.
Honestly, I never really got around to King of Fighters. It was one of those games that that eluded me. And only my first one was unfortunately 14.
My first one was 98. Shows you how old I am. And then I just played them every single year. We used to play them every single year on emulator, and we'd have to. My friend would download it because he had the fastest internet, and then we would send it to each other via MSN, and it would take. It was like a 50 megabyte file, and it would take like 3.5 hours.
Oh man!
Oh wait.
Thank God fiber optic. So yeah, here's a nice little Tetris White sequence.
Yeah, Hulk. I thought Hulk was super boring when I played the beta.
I think Hulk takes a very specific sort of person to like enjoy. Like, I don't think he's awful or like terribly boring, but I could see him getting quite vanilla after a while.
He's a very specific. Kamala. He died the other day. Funnily enough, funny you say that, Gil. The guy who actually did play Kamala in WWE died not too long ago.
Wait, what's this?
There's a wrestler called Kamala back in the day who was like this. He was like a voodoo sort of character.
Oh, okay.
And he was in WWE, but he was called Kamala. And he died in real life the other day. Yeah, Hulk is a very specific. Yeah, the Ugandan giant. Yeah, sorry, Papa Shango was voodoo. I'm just racist. I merged them.
Oh god, it reminds me of what was it when there was that interviewer who mistaked Samuel Jackson for another actor.
Oh, is it? Yes, I remember that.
It was the guy from The Matrix, Morpheus. I can't remember the actor's name. God, it was bad and awkward.
Bloody hell, I've completely forgotten Morpheus' real name. Lawrence Fishburne.
Yeah, there you go.
Bloody hell.
I knew it had fish in it, but I didn't want to say something stupid, so I was like, that guy.
I really needed to scrape the recesses of my brain on that one. I was just like, come on, James! Mjolnir. I like Thor's costume in this, actually.
Yeah, I really love the designs in this game, but it suffers from the MK11 issue of a lot of the costumes are palette swaps and not actually like their own costumes.
Why do you always have to talk about MK11, you fanboy?
Because it's corrupted my heart and my soul, and I can never run away from it. Like, it's been 6 years, my dude, and everything's been ruined.
This game looks. Give it a chance, Nick. I'm literally only 20 minutes in, not even.
The game's fun. It has aspects you'll enjoy and aspects you'll absolutely detest.
I just want to play with you and the boys, you know. It's literally the only reason I got this game was to play it co-op.
I kind of treat... I don't know if this is a nice comparison, but I will kind of treat this game like a Call of Duty.
Oh yeah, that's
fairly fair. Mediocre game that's made much more fun by playing with friends.
Yeah, that's fair.
It was like, even huge turds can be fun playing with friends.
I'm not gonna waste my time. Yeah, I don't blame you. I mean, for me, there's just nothing else coming out. I mean, Warcraft, Shadowlands, I'm super duper duper hyped for, but I don't know if that's really a stream game. Maybe it is, I don't know. There's no fighting games coming out apart from Season 2 of Granblue at the end of the month, which I'm super excited for. Stream what? Shadowlands?
Like, what games are coming out over the next month? What is it? Cyberpunk's supposed to be coming out 2 months' time?
I'll believe that when I see it. And right now, my graphics card isn't even good enough to contemplate. If I can't play For Honor on high and stream it, then there's no way that I'm going to be able to play.
You see, I'm really looking forward to Cyberpunk, but I've heard that recently they're very unhappy with how the melee combat works. So I'm just kind of like, I'm
It
gonna
looks
delay it
very
again.
like there's no interaction with it. You just walk up to a guy and go whap whap whap, and they die. It doesn't seem very intuitive, like how you would imagine it. The amount of effort they've put in the game, especially the
I
people that did
mean,
Witcher.
I'm perfectly fine with dashing up to someone, ripping off their head, and jamming it down their neck hole. I don't really
Yeah,
expect
fair.
anything much more articulate than doing that in itself.
Cyberpunk's gonna be sick. I fear they'll keep the game. I'm not too hopeful for GBS. If you don't like it how it is, I can't imagine that they're gonna change it enough for you to enjoy it. If that makes sense. I think the only thing that they're gonna do is just change some moves and balance patch it. I don't think they're gonna make. I don't think there's gonna be any sort of extreme mechanic overhaul, especially with Corona and stuff. Yeah. Cause you're a girl.
Oh no, it sounds like 80% of my Twitter feed right now.
Why are they giving you shit?
Oh, dude, it's been like kind of everywhere. It's been ridiculous. You a girl playing a video game? No, this isn't right. You're not allowed to be better than me at a video game.
That's what Captain America says in the Avengers.
Oh, that. I thought you meant as a reference to what I said. I was like,
Oh
wait.
no. I mean,
That's not sure if you did said that.
Yeah, Lowain's sky art is super skybound art is interesting. Yeah, Cyberpunk is gonna be sick. For Honor isn't well optimized. Yeah, For Honor runs like shit. I literally just upgraded my PC, and it still runs. It still takes up 20% of my CPU when it runs.
Damn. Ooh, when is my new guitar?
Yeah, but
right?
Yggdrasil is an uncontestable move.
Oh, sweet. It arrives on Thursday. That's gonna be fun.
What does?
I've ordered a new guitar, and I'm very
nice.
excited. It is a Schecter the Demon 7-string satin black. I'm gonna shred that thing so much.
Do you and Shav have jam sessions?
Not all the time, because Shav's still in the process of like getting to know and feel a little bit comfortable on the guitar. So he hasn't been able to like learn complete full songs. Whilst I've been doing it for. Was I started playing guitar when I was 9 or 10.
So you've been playing it for 6 years.
6 years. I think I am, Josh.
Yeah, true. Low.
Uh,
This is probably one of the most boring starts to a game I've ever played in my whole life, by the way.
yeah, it's just the get into phase. It's kind of. I think it's a sequence where you can really kind of enjoy and find it rather charming playing it off stream, but on stream it's I just really not engaging.
I want them to add Taskmaster as a playable character.
You do actually. What was it? I'm not going to do any spoilers. I'll let you figure it out for yourself and chat. The Taskmaster is pretty dope.
Have you seen? Oh, I'll tell you what I saw. I watched Tenet yesterday. Which was good. I won't say much more about it. And then one of the trailers was the new Black Widow trailer. It looked really good, man. It looks really, really good.
I'm really torn on that film. Not that I think it's going to be bad, but I feel like it was a film that should have been made like a
Oh
real
yeah.
long time
Oh
ago.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And it's like I want to be invested in the character, but she's dead.
Well, see, that's the joke. Is that I feel like they weren't confident enough in their ability to make you care about her until she sacrificed herself, and now you care. So now they're like, hey guys, now that she's sacrificed herself for you, you want to watch the film?
Thing is, I didn't even care for her when she was alive.
Yeah, true. That's true. Yeah, I still find Grambling mad fun. I just wish Soritz wasn't just a giant piece of shit. It's just so hard to play the game. I mean, you definitely can play the game as Soritz and win, but every single match is such a sweat fest. I'm like, do I really want to sweat my balls off playing like ranked at like a mediocre level? Oh, FPS just tanked.
Oh yeah, there it is.
No, I enjoy the game. I love it. I think it's a really good game. I just don't like Soritz.
Just make everyone broken so it balances everyone else out.
Yes, Ladiva's really fun as well. It's just there's certain characters in it that are much better. Which isn't it. The tier list is still closer together than a lot of fighting games, but it's just come on, man. Have these guys never read a comic book? New clean energy source called Terrigen.
Might as well just call it Death Crystals.
Yeah, we might as well.
Hey guys,
Yeah, you
seen this new energy source called Death Crystals?
Mutation crystals. It's like handing Superman a new energy source powered by kryptonite. It's this new energy source called kryptonite. Whoa! Superman's like, really? You taking the piss?
Oh. Might as well literally have like flags and like blood red like color and lighting around it that just glows and radiates physical evil. Physical evil. And they're like, this looks like it could be a good way of helping the people.
Let's lick it. Do you think they'll ever add Wolverine? They might do. They might be an X-Men pack down the line.
Oh.
I think currently Marvel are being very, 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 very close-lipped about X-Men as a franchise.
Yeah.
But Disney Plus lets you put the X-Men as your icons on X-Men icons now as on your profiles. So
the textures haven't even popped in on Captain America's costume. I just saw that.
yeah.
You get that a lot. It's really weird.
No, Rogue was in the Avengers. Havoc was in the Avengers. Scarlet Witch was in. Oh no, she wasn't in the X-Men. Quicksilver was in the. Was Quicksilver ever in the X-Men? Yeah, Quicksilver was in the Avengers.
At least everyone's been a part of the Avengers at some point.
Yeah, Spider-Man wasn't for years and years and years, but then he was.
Which I always found really weird because he only became a part of it during like the Civil War arc, didn't he?
Yeah.
Oh, just letting you know, for basically feels like the creators of this game just hammered.
Well, that's why I wanted to play him, but then you bugsed him because you're an arsehole, so.
To be fair, you can play him because you don't unlock like Captain America for a while.
How do I dodge again?
I
like that.
Circle. Think of Dark Souls, but less cruel.
Something about this style. It's very smooth, isn't it? Like when cell shaded became a thing and everything was cell shaded and it just looked a bit smooth and unnatural.
Yeah. Oh god, I remember. Because what was it? It was like Borderlands 1 or 2 that made that a thing, wasn't it?
Yes.
Don't get me wrong, I love the use of the cel-shaded style, but when it became oversaturated, man, it was like I was just on a constant visual acid trip.
Yeah. Oh, Killer 7. I've got Killer 7 on my PC, actually. Imagine being able to one-hand curl an entire truck tanker like that.
Man,
Oh, come on.
did you just miss that heavy swing?
Yeah, I was right in front of it. Help is on the way. I just want to throw the hammer at people.
So, what comes out September, October? Got the Crash game coming out next month at least. If you're a fan of Crash.
This game is just a mess, man. Why is the camera shaking so much every time I throw it? Can I switch that off?
No. I don't know, actually. Oh, you got the next Dark Pictures anthology film coming out at the end of the month, which will probably be shit because the first one was ass.
What's that?
It was the same people who did Until Dawn. They made that anthology one, which was on the ghost ship. But it turns out that the entire thing was fabricated, and it was actually just space meth, not space meth, sea meth. Yeah, it's Terrigen. That one was disappointing.
Who blasted me?
Oh, the annoying air cannons they have on those bloody shields. Heavy swing Briggs God.
So I'm just doing the classic throwing Mjolnir at their legs. Where their shields don't hold.
Now, are you ready to see the frame rate die?
Oh god. I mean, we're in 2020, dude.
You see, I would say that, but 2020 is kind of in a shit show.
Fair
I feel like that's a pretty
fair
bad.
That's a very fair point, my friend.
Oh.
Pew 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 pew. Iron Man seems quite fun.
I think if you really enjoy Iron Man, you probably will. I personally detest playing as him. I just don't find it fun.
I mean, of the choices that I have, Thor and Captain America are my two go-tos, but
I mean, the sound design of Iron Man when he hits people and when his suit moves around is really well done, to be fair.
pew 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 pew. Yeah, I know, right? It's because they just rush. This game's been in production for like 5 years and they're still rushing it. You know?
It's a case of if things aren't meant to be, they aren't meant to be.
Unibeam! Oh, that one dude just got absolutely rinsed.
Wow, you toasted them.
Repulsor blast! Repulsor blast!
You have now covered 110% of Iron Man's arsenal, how he fights.
Oh, really?
Well, there's other stuff, but it's bad.
I want those little micro rockets he has in the film.
You do get to use them. I think you have to unlock them. I could be wrong. But I use them a lot against enemies when I've been forced to play as him. And I only found out about that during like the end half of my playthrough, and I was like, oh.
It's like I completed all of Max Payne 3 without using slow motion once. Because I didn't think you could do slow motion as like a normal, like as a dodge.
Oh no.
So it wasn't until the very, very end of the game that I realised you could do slow motion. Nick was like, why didn't you do slow motion there? I was like, what do you mean? He goes, if you press the trigger, you can do it. You don't have to just use like the normal slow motion. I was like, this whole game, I was like, no wonder it was so freaking hard.
Oh god. So not that it would probably interest anyone, but there's a new Call of Duty coming out in November, Assassin's Creed Valhalla in November, and Cyberpunk in November, but I suspect that's a lie. And then in December, we have Oddworld Odyssey.
Oh, that looks good, actually.
Yeah, I only ever played a little bit of it when I was really, really young, but I never got into it to enjoy the experience properly.
Me and my brother rinsed the first one. Oh. Press square to grab enemies. Oh! Yeah, that's pretty funny, how you just grab them.
Yeah, the triangle after you grab them is really fun to do.
Yeah.
And the thing is, you can upgrade the Hulk to the point where he can grab two people at the same time, and you basically use them as brass knuckles.
That's pretty funny.
There's a lot of good ideas here. It's just the overall game is a little bit iffy in a lot of places.
Do you play? I know this probably is like a massive segue, but have you ever played Legends of Runeterra? Do you play card games, or do you not bother?
I can't say I have.
Okay.
Like, I'm very kind of strict with my card games. Like, the only card game I kind of play these days is Yu-Gi-Oh! And even then, I don't actually buy the cards. I just buy the online games because it's just far cheaper. And I've been learning. Did you yeet? Yeah, you did yeet off the bridge.
Why did it do that?
That happened to me the first time I played this sequence. To be fair, I overstepped it.
Why did it let me grab anyone now? It was like press square to use your signature move.
Oh, you gotta hold it. Hold it down.
Swoop.
So you can hit like someone twice, then hold down square
on,
and do it. Oh, did you? Yeah. Oh. Don't worry. This will be a better experience than Fallen Order, at least.
I was just about to say, it reminds me of Fallen Order, those stupid jump bits.
And I still remember all of your friends telling you it was a good experience, and I was the only one like, trust me, James, you don't want to touch this. It could be that bad, right? It's like, James, you don't want to do this. I'll get it. It's like, James, are you sure about this? It's really not good. I'll play it. It's like, okay.
You know, the funny thing is, the friends. So you remember when I had my mental breakdown on stream, and I was just like, "This game is terrible." Well, the friends that told me that it was fun, I actually called them straight out on it at the end there, but I didn't realize that they were gonna watch it. Hey, Jordan, come on Discord, man, if you want to jam. Yeah.
Hey, Jordan.
How you doing?
You know that's how it had to be. It had to be that way.
Just leaping straight to my death. What was I talking about?
Fallen Order, calling out your friends.
And then I didn't realise that they were going to watch the video afterwards, and they were like, "Hey, you know when you were ranting at the end about your friends that were chatting rubbish? Were you talking about me?" And I was like, "Yes." Yes, I was. I couldn't. There's no way that you can hide it. I was like, yes. I definitely.
And I do it again.
Yeah, and I do it again. Yeah. Actually, Black Widow seems quite fun in this game as well.
She is very fun in this game. All the melee, like, combat-focused fighters are really fun. Everyone else, like, even... Be fair, that's kind of discrediting the rest of it. So the characters that I enjoyed were Captain America up to a certain extent. I don't think he's exceptionally fun, but he has a lot of fun to him.
Well, he's got the Shadows of Mordor Batman takedowns.
Yeah, that's really fun to do. Kamala Khan, surprisingly fun. Hulk is okay, but I feel like I have too much of a brain to want to just go that brain dead for that long. No offense if you like the Hulk in this game, but I'm also sorry that you have poor taste. So,
I'm sorry, but I'm not that sorry.
Who else? Thor's actually quite fun. It's the closest character that feels like, you know, God of War's iteration.
When is God of War coming out?
We're probably not gonna get it till like 2022. I'm not gonna lie.
Wow, you reckon like long time tunes?
Yeah.
Well, that dude just got rinsed.
We have that. Who else is there? There's Iron Man. I would rather get off to a sandpaper dildo.
Dang.
What's the other option? I'm sure I'm missing a
Iron Man's Jordan's favorite character.
Oh, well, Jordan, you have terrible taste. I can't play Iron Man. I just find him really meh. But Black Widow is fun.
How you doing anyway, Jordan? What's this guy punching the ground? Is there a way to turn off these terrible motion effects?
Might want to look in the what's it?
Let's have a look.
The options.
Gameplay. Vibration off, thank God. Camera? No. Guess it'd be display maybe? No, you just have to hold that shit. Okay, fine. Ooh, and your mate? You know what game I was going to play through again, actually? I was super close to doing it if this didn't come out. Shadows of War. I mean Shadows of Mordor.
Ah, yeah. The first Shadow game is really good. The second one's not bad at all.
I was just about to say, the second one wasn't bad, but they went down that microtransaction sadness route, which was just...
Yeah, they actually made it so... They put the real ending effectively behind the paywall.
Oh, I did. I did it. And I did it out of spite. Just to spite them, I didn't pay a single penny.
I didn't even know how to get that ending after I completed the game.
You had to do every single siege.
You know, I did, and I still didn't get the ending.
You had to do it like 5 times each. You didn't have to just do it once.
God.
Yeah, honestly, dude, I had to do it. You had to do it like 6 times. Yeah, honestly, Gil, the first one is one of my favorite games, maybe even top 5 games of all time. But the second one was like the first one, only behind a paywall. I actually bought the limited edition because I love the first one so much, and you get like special edition. You know how you get like bodyguards in that one.
Yeah.
I had special edition bodyguards which I never used, and I was like, oh, I might as well equip this shit. I paid for it, and then they betrayed me as soon as I used them.
You paid for betrayal in its literal sense.
And then they killed me, but thankfully another one of my minions had that like last chance save and came out and saved me. But I was just like, because I couldn't kill them, because I was like, fuck it, I'll summon them on the boss because I need them on the boss.
Oh wow, that's another way of the devs just really sticking it to you.
Bro, imagine paying for DLC.
You paid for betrayal.
I paid to get absolutely rinsed. Enjoying the story. I'm enjoying the fighting bits. I didn't like that first bit with Kamala in the Avengers convention, but this I mean, I played this bit in the beta and I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
So.
I say if like you can I would say mindlessly. If you can really enjoy the gameplay for this, I think you're gonna have a really, really good time.
Enjoying the story. Yeah, no, I mean it's fine. I know I'm gonna get the exact amount of enjoyment I expected to get out of it. So that's the thing. I'm not too fussed about it in like I'm not expecting this game to be like Cyberpunk. Yeah, it's basically just an E, yeah. Yeah, I mean the story. Whoa, dodge that shit out of the Matrix. The story in Shadows of War was really, really, really good.
Yeah, which kind of makes me sad because what is it? The DLCs kind of pseudo retcon the ending, don't they?
Well, the ending. Did you know what the real ending of Shadows of War is?
Yeah, where he falls at the end of the 3rd movie, right?
Yeah, he just dies.
Yeah.
He just becomes a ring wraith and dies.
But what was it?
What?
In the DLC, where you play as the female elf who you meet, she kills him. So it leaves like a really big question mark of how canon is the actual ending. Is this a DLC ending?
Wait,
and
what?
It's
she
weird.
Him?
Yeah, she like stabs him to free him of being under the ring's influence.
What?
So it puts a big question mark on it. And as far as I'm aware, they're not going to work on like another Shadow game.
No.
You know what? I might just Google it to just see what they are actually working on to make sure. So it could be horribly wrong.
Oh, get dodged.
No, ordering food.
Oh, that shit. Get dodged like the Matrix. Oh.
Letting you know as well, the lock-on system in this
It's
game can
absolute
be...
dog shit. Yeah.
Yeah. It'll vary from being okay to why you like this, who hurt you, I want to hurt you.
Press R2 to grapple.
R2's like a zip line type of thing.
Yeah, that's cool.
It's a good way of closing space. Let me check my orders.
Oh my god, dodgy bitch! Oh no!
Oh wow.
This game.
Did you just get killed in the tutorial?
Yes,
section?
I did.
Oh.
he just comboed me into the explosions and took off 90% of my life.
Oh. See, where you messed up there was getting hit. Now, I'm not gonna lie, James, this is where the annoying part kicks in. Because the load times for this game are abysmal.
The load times, and it's going to put me right, yep, at the start of this fucking sequence. Oh no, at least it's not right at the beginning.
Jesus Christ, the shake at times is kind of
I just don't
visually
understand why
blinding.
it's so stupid.
I didn't
Ooh,
realize
get
how bad
comboed,
it was
bitch.
till like earlier.
See?
Oh, now here's the part where everything becomes unblockable. To be fair, that's quite cool.
Yeah, Taskmaster looks so cool in that Black Widow coin.
I like the idea. I'm not too cool about the overall design, obviously, because they're not allowed to show like skulls and stuff in China. But I don't think it's terrible.
I like that he looks, or he or she. Somebody's telling me that it could be a she. I like how they look like more like the Udon Taskmaster without the cape.
Oh yeah.
Sad life of a writer. Is this game animated by NRS? Yeah, I mean, it's just the frame rates, man. They've gone down that like weird early 2000s camera shake, like when everything was trying to be the Bourne Identity. It's actually making my eyes hurt. Can we play together yet?
No. You're gonna have to play through a Kamala Khan sequence, followed by a Hulk sequence,
Oh my god.
which you played in the beta, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And then I'm pretty sure that's where side quests become a thing.
Oh, what, when you unlock that computer?
Yeah. I mean, we could play together if you want to jump into the Avengers initiative thing, but it would probably spoil the story for you.
Oh.
Yeah, that's the one problem about it. Like
How
the Avengers initiative will throw you into strikes where that you haven't actually gotten to in the main plot.
how far is the how long is the oh my god, content is currently installing. Are you taking the piss?
Oh no! Seriously, this is a thing? This is not okay. This is no. I they actually let you start up the game anyway, only to tell you no game. Wow. Now imagine, James, if you back out of this and you
No,
have to play it from the
no,
very
I'm gonna let
beginning.
it go to 100. That is wow. I mean,
Wow.
I've played games before where um
Sound really
they've hit
broken.
you with like 30 gigabytes of updates before the game comes out. I've never in my whole entire life have I played a game where it installs the content whilst I'm playing it and then
Yeah.
forbids me from progressing to the next part of the game. That is really bad. That is really bad.
That is wait, what the hell? Why has BBC put out season 2 of EastEnders? Like, what do you mean? It was the entire 50-year existence series 1. Now we're on now we're on to another 50 years for series 2.
I mean, you've got to get your marketing and your gimmicks where you can, right?
Oh my god. There's literally 35 years of episodes to catch up on.
I mean,
Oh.
we used to watch EastEnders when I was at uni, because our sleep patterns were so effed up. We'd go to bed at 7 in the morning and we wake up at 7 in the evening. So we'd eat breakfast and watch EastEnders. But that was the only time that I've ever actually actively watched it. Was almost 20 years ago now.
I'm gonna make you feel old. I haven't watched it since primary school, and that was approximately 14 years ago.
Yeah, that's how long ago I was at uni. I mean, that's the funny thing about this scene as well, is that have you ever seen Gomorrah, Gil? I've heard that was really good, funny enough, speaking of Italian. Somebody was telling me, a couple of people have told me to watch it recently. Yeah,
So,
because Grace and I watched Gangs of London. Have you seen that?
I don't believe I have.
Have you ever seen The Raid?
The
movie.
Eastern movie. Yeah.
So it's a TV show written and directed by the guy who did that.
Oh, okay.
So the violence and the action is just completely insane. The story's okay, but it's just one of those gangster films that's just gangster TV shows that's just really good. I mean, we've watched so much shit recently. We just watched all the Hobbits again. We watched.
I've never seen anything past the first film.
You know what? Actually, the third film is really good. The second film's a bit pointless, but the third film is just a 2-hour long fight scene. So
I mean, I'm not gonna complain about that.
no, and there's some madness in it as well.
I mean, as long as it doesn't feel like anything from the goddamn Transformers films, then
Oh
I
no,
think it should be fine.
because the difference between those films and The Hobbit is that you can actually see what's happening in The Hobbit, and all the characters that you care about in The Hobbit are actual characters. Hello.
It's probably due to the fact that it's directed by someone who's actually competent.
Oh yeah, and that. I mean, what, are you saying Michael Bay's not competent? Lol. I'll tell you what though, I'd rather have Michael Bay direct something 1,000 times over Zack Snyder, and Zack Snyder's.
Yeah, but I feel like that's choosing between the worst of the
Oh yeah,
very
yeah,
worst.
yeah. I mean, it's the equivalent of getting punched in the head or getting slowly suffocated. You know.
Yeah.
It's not. There's not much of a choice there. But if I had to choose, I'd choose Michael Bay over Zack Snyder 1,000 times out of 1,000.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, they both make these big blockbuster action things, but at least Michael Bay's are fun, whereas
Yeah.
Zack Snyder's ones make me want to suck out my own eyeballs. I just can't believe. I can't believe people are excited for the Snyder cut of Justice League.
It looks terrible.
I mean, Darkseid looks like something out of Attack of the Titans, like Clash of the Titans, the original, the '60s one, the claymation one.
It just does not look good. I have absolutely no interest. Like, as much shit as I throw Snyder, he knows how to film his movies, and he knows how to make them look pretty. But unfortunately, if that's the only thing going for your film, and the script is shit because you don't know how to write, your characters are shit because you don't know how to write, your dialogue shit because you don't know how to make your actors act, then guess what? Your film's kind of shit. Like, it's the most ridiculous sense, and it's like the only people kind of rooting for the Snyder Cut are all these fucking edgelords, because that seems to be the main demographic of DC fans nowadays.
Yeah.
Who are like, oh, it's so dark and deep, so it makes it so good. And I'm like, no, film can have dark undertones and be completely shit.
Yep. Just because it's gritty doesn't make it good. There's plenty of films out there that if you want that dark, like gritty, deep vibe. Do you know what it is though? I think at this point, as somebody who's always, like, maybe not always, but I love DC, right? And as a kid, I was always DC over Marvel. And then over the years, I've not really cared either way. Like, I'll take what I get. But I think at this point, those hardcore DC fans have just been like dying on that DC hill for like almost 20 years now. They're just holding on to every last bit, like, please, please, just release something, please.
The funny thing is that I recently learned the saying about those people that stand on this hill. Weird hill to die on, but at least you're dead.
Yeah, and then you don't have to deal with it anymore. Hey,
yeah.
Thank you for listening, man.
It's a weird one. But the thing is, I only like 2 films by Schneider. Dawn of the Dead. And yeah.
Yep, I agree.
That is it. And the only reason I say that, I don't mind Watchmen, to be fair, but it's not really his work.
I couldn't deal with Watchmen.
But that's the thing. Dawn of the Dead is a remake of a film that wasn't his. 300 is based off a novel, not his. Watchmen, based off a novel, not his. What films has he made that have been originals from him? Sucker Punch, shit. Man of Steel, not bad film. Not a good Superman film, shit. Batman vs Superman, shit. His sequence from Wonder Woman, shit. Like, literally, everything he does that originally comes from him is just not good. Get someone to write the script for him and let him film if he wants to. But don't have him in the writing room.
No. He's just a mess. I'll tell you what it is right, is that he's like Bryan Singer in that they get one bit, they'll get a story that they think is cool, and instead of understanding why it's cool, they'll just take all of like the surface level stuff out of it and be like, oh, that'll be enough. It's like I saw an interview with Zack Snyder just before Justice League came out. Before Batman vs Superman came out. And he was like, yeah, we've taken from Dark Knight Returns, Batman vs Superman, and there was something else. Oh, Death of Superman. And he goes, but our stuff has none of those things. And I was like, what? Why are you boasting about that? That's not...
Yeah.
Oh
Sounds really counterproductive. The thing is, Snyder just doesn't know what to do with... I just think he's an idiot. Like, did you hear what he said about Batman and his universe?
No.
Oh, dude, it was like he's trying to appeal to the edgelords, and he was just kind of like, oh, you know what's really interesting and dark and gritty about my Batman? My Batman can get raped in my universe. Like, how is this a selling point for your film? How do you think this is okay?
The funniest thing about Batman vs Superman was we watched it, and it was me, my brother, and 2 of my friends, and sitting in front of us was like, he must have been an 8 or 9 year old boy, right? I think he was even wearing a Superman t-shirt. And you know how the film starts with the Joe Chill basically like putting that gun all the way in Martha Kent's mouth. Martha Wayne's mouth before he blows off her brains. I
Yeah.
was like, I looked at the kid when that happened, and the kid looked so like his whole world had just fallen apart. And I was just like, man, imagine being this kid and thinking you're gonna go see a Batman and Superman film about people saving people, and then you end up
Getting into a
watching,
snuff film.
watching a snub like a Serbian movie or something.
Oh man.
So many kids came out of that cinema that were like, "Why was Batman the bad guy?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I know. Why was Batman the bad guy?"
God, they made Batman such a stupid idiot in that film. Man.
Why Portuguese?
Like, Batman doesn't kill people, but he'll shoot this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy, and blow up this guy.
The funniest bit about that was when he was in the car and he was like, he hooks the car behind him.
Yeah, with the people and the four guys inside of it.
And I was like, well, I don't know if that was. I was like, wow, that was a bit violent. And then I was like, but they're probably still alive. And then he flips that car onto another
he flings
car
it
and completely crushes it. And I was like, well, I don't know about that either. I feel like that they're probably dead. And then he like shoots out of the back. Like I was like,
the Batwing down on people in like the cars and trucks and blows up like several of them.
Yeah, I'm just like the whole way through I was trying to rationalize it. Like, oh, maybe they're just a little bit dead, you know.
Oh yeah, and then there's the guy who has Martha Wayne captive, and then he shoots like the fuel tank on his back with a flamethrower, and he's like, "Oh, he totally didn't kill that guy." It's like, horseshit, you blew up a bomb on someone's back with a gun.
I mean, maybe the guy's still alive. I mean,
you think they just have his head in a jar just to keep him alive? It's like, he's
style.
not dead, he's alive, but not by much.
Yeah, just Futurama style.
Oh man.
Yeah, so
God, I love shitting on Snyder films. It's just so funny.
It is funny. It is funny, and I've never met anybody who defended it. That's the funny thing either. Not in real life. Like, obviously there's people on the internet that will.
Of course, because in real life those people are ashamed of what they've become.
Yeah, maybe. But I've never in real life heard anybody defend. I mean, I know loads of people like Man of Steel. I didn't like it, but I can understand that people would like it because, you know, it's fine.
The first Superman film that's come out in a while that was semi-decent.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't like it because it wasn't... I didn't think, as you said previously, it's not a good Superman film. I didn't like it at all. But I can fully understand why people would like it. But
I think it was because it was their first introduction to the character as well, and a lot of that Superman seems to be based off the New 52 iteration, which is also regarded as one of the worst Supermen in general.
Hold on, let me show you. Let me show you where. I mean, I didn't like. I think I like maybe two things about the New 52, and they got cancelled immediately. But hold on, Superman New 52 issue 1. I want to show you guys the bit that made me laugh the most. I don't think I'm going to find it. Basically, the first panel of Superman in the New 52 was him floating in the sky, like looking down with laser beam eyes, like ready to absolutely murk something. I was like, why is he so angry? What's happening?
The thing is, they tried to make him like have this thing where he was so like alien and confused and was like, oh, I don't feel in touch with humanity and blah blah blah. But the whole aspect of Superman's a character that he's very in touch with humanity. He's basically...
Oh, here it is. I found the picture. Hold on, I'm gonna put it in chat.
Oh man, it was so dumb. The thing is, like, there's bits of the New 52 that I don't mind all too much. Like, I enjoyed... Wow, yeah, he looks pissed.
He's livid. Why? That's the first panel of the comic book.
like the first Justice League saga with Darkseid and stuff was a good reintroduction to the Justice League as characters. That was pretty good in itself. There was some arcs from the Flash that were pretty good, like
With
with the
like
future
Godspeed and stuff.
Flash fighting against his past self and wanting to replace it and start a new life for himself. That was interesting. Darkseid War also interesting because it set up the Three Jokers arc, which has been so far so good.
Yeah, that
Um,
was ages ago. I was trying to think when they said about Three Jokers. It was literally like,
it was the end of New 52 to read
yeah,
it.
which was
It was the
which was
final arc.
which was a long time ago.
Yeah, it's like 2014, 2015. Like, it was pretty insane, honestly. I'm glad they're actually acting on it now. Because have you had a chance to read it yourself?
No, literally tapped out of everything DC these days. The only thing that I
Uh,
read is Suicide Squad, and they just cancelled that. So
yeah, they only got, like, was it one or two more issues, and then that's
yeah,
done.
it finishes at 11.
Yeah, because what was it? They're building up to another reboot at the moment as well.
Oh, what? Because of
Um,
the film.
yeah, I don't know. It's probably going to be like the rebirthing or something really stupid like that.
The new rebirthing, yeah.
It wouldn't surprise me. That's one of the worst aspects about DC Comics in general. It's the fact that there's no singular line of continuity. They keep rebooting all the time, and it annoys me. I'm just kind of like, just give me a single flow. Like, say what you will about Marvel continuity, but at least there's one coherent form of continuity, and it's still like it works in itself, and it isn't jumbled with all these different multiverse timelines. Which, to be fair, DC have been embracing a little bit too much for their good.
I think the only thing
Um,
about Marvel that I don't like is that they'll just relaunch number one, and it'll just be like number one. I'm like, yeah, but you've only done 5 issues, and then it'll be like building up to wait, what am I doing?
yeah, we'll build up to like another big, huge event.
Yeah,
That's what
which it'll build up to a huge event, but it'll build up to it like um this camera angle, man. Sorry, it'll build up to it like issue 750, and I'm like, what do you mean 750? You just relaunched as issue 1, and they're like, yeah, now it's issue 1000. I'm like, what? What's happening?
uh,
Um,
oh, do you want to say something funny? Just jump off the ledge and like just die, and it's hilarious. Just the characters like ah, and then it just goes to like a loading screen for a fucking half minute.
no, I was gonna say if it didn't take so long to load, I would do that.
Don't worry, it will happen at some point. It will happen at some point because there's a lot of really janky stuff that happens in the game.
Dude, I already died as the Hulk.
But honestly, in terms of continuity and stuff and how all of that has been like jumbled together, it's been really confusing for DC stuff because they've been embracing this multiverse stuff ever since I think it must have been the Dark Knight's Metal era saga where they brought in the Dark Multiverse.
Yeah,
And
I did love the evil Green Lantern. To be honest with you, I thought that was really sick.
yeah, don't get me wrong. I genuinely think there has been some really good things to have come out of that arc. Like I've been a huge fan of the dark multiverse stuff that's come out recently with its singular issues showing off little fun spins and takes of Nightfall, Blackest Night, the Judas Contract. Like there's a lot of fun in those, and I have been enjoying them. But man, do they stick around with some of the more irritating aspects of it? And now we enter Dark Knight's Metal, which, to be fair, actually has
What
been
is that
pretty
even
good so far.
about? What is the metal? Because I just keep seeing, I thought it was metal as in the object metal, like the material, and then
Yeah.
all of the covers are like Superman with long hair playing an electric guitar. And I'm like, so do they mean metal like Metallica metal, or do they mean metal as in like aluminium? I'm so confused.
So they've really been kind of embracing the silliness of the entire aspect and idea of it with their designs. Oh wait, sorry, give me a second, dude. Just got enough of the door.
By the way, this Avengers game is not holding my interest, but I'll keep playing it because I guess it's still the story.
But yeah, sorry, I was shabby just going to have a shower. Um, but yeah, they've really been embracing it in the sense of like in Dark Knight's metal. Do you know how does like the ninth, nth metal or whatever?
No, all right. So the last thing that I read, and I thought was really stupid, was that they. So I didn't read any of the original metal, but they were talking
Mhm.
about going behind the source wall, and then there was something behind the source wall that came out. That was the last thing that I read, and I was just like, "This is really dumb," and just stopped reading it.
Oh, that must have been with Perpetua.
Yes.
Um, yeah, so Perpetua basically works as the All Mother of the universe, the forger of the multiverse and time. You went
Oh.
insane from doing it, which is pretty cool down on paper. But it's ultimately a plot line that's lasted a little bit too long and has been intertwined with Dark Knight's. Uh, was it Dark Knight's metal, which is led up to basically Dark Knight's death metal. Uh, so for Dark Knight's metal, that entire whole saga and shindig was due to an evil bat force basically coming out of the Dark Multiverse.
Yeah, so I
Um,
read all those single issues were sick with like evil Wonder Woman and evil
yeah,
Batman.
those were really, really neat. But from there, basically the plot line went along the lines of there is that evil Batman thing, and then there's the evil Batmen, and then it was the only way to actually have killed them because they are from the Dark Multiverse is to forge this ancient type of metal or weapon from like I'm pretty sure comes from either the Source Wall or an other ancient kind of thing to basically kill and stop them. And I
Oh,
thought it was a success up to the most part. We had the eventual incorporation and oversaturation of the Batman Who Laughs.
oh yes, he's dead now, though,
Although,
right?
uh, it became something so much worse.
Oh really?
Yeah, so I'm kind of mixed on this because it's kind of cool, but it also taints Watchmen. And if you like Watchmen, you can 110%. I can 110% percent see you absolutely hating it. So
Tell me, tell me,
what
tell me.
what happens is that oh god, even thinking about it is making my fucking brain fart. So what happened was is that whilst the Batman Who Laughs was going around the Dark Multiverse, he learned of a Batman who was putting together some kind of atomic machine and was interested. And as you know, he's seen the entire multiverse and what goes on in it, knew what had to be done. So after he dies, he had a plan in place for his resurrection per se. So after he knew that this man was going to start this atomic machine, he kind of leads him into basically performing the same procedure that the guy did. I can't remember his name to become Doctor Manhattan.
Oh yeah,
That's what.
Oscarando.
Yeah, that's what that universe of Bruce was pursuing. And
Oh,
upon Bruce Wayne actually doing this and actually became this Doctor Manhattan, so there was a Bruce Wayne Doctor Manhattan. Upon the first time he formed his body, um, he was immediately knocked out by the Batman Who Laughs, who then scalped out his brain and put it on a table and had it so that if he were to die, for him to have his brain be put in effectively a Doctor Manhattan. So it is the mental he basically gets his brain put into a Doctor Manhattan and
yeah, easy
completely
guys.
converts his body. Don't get me wrong, his new design is really cool. He simply refers to himself now as the Darkest Knight, which is pretty edgy, but as expected from a character that looks like he's a death judge.
Oh okay.
But yeah, that's effectively what's happened with him now. So we effectively have another Doctor Manhattan, and right now he's chasing after Wally West, who has the power of Doctor Manhattan.
Why does he have? How you guys doing, by the way, Buana and T800? Yeah, we can play sometime. Might not be for a while, but we can
Oh,
definitely play.
you mean Wally?
Yeah, why does Wally have the power of Doctor Manhattan?
Okay, so basically, after Doomsday Clock, Dr. Manhattan allows himself to die, feeling that his life was completed after seeing everything that happened there, and how Superman was like the shining hope of the universe, and that he's the one that can save it. So upon his demise, he gives every bit of his life force and energy over to the Mobius chair, and because after Wally's seeming like murder and accidental killing of what was it, individuals of Heroes in Crisis.
Don't even talk about Heroes in Crisis to me.
Yeah,
That
he
was
goes on like this. He goes on like this self-discovering story with an ancient deity. I can't remember his name. It's really stupid. And he's going across the multiverse, cleaning and fixing things up. Which is, like I said, there's a lot of multiverse stuff where you get to see these dark iterations of characters and stuff, and it's pretty interesting. And he's fixing all of them up until he comes to a world that he can't actually fix, and he finds that it's one that was created from him in his very worst hour, where his kids are alive and everything, but he's trying to end it, and he can't find himself wanting to end it because it's everything he loved and wanted. So he came to the realization that the only way to actually do this is by sitting on the Mobius chair. So he gives his kids over to the weird Titan-looking thing, takes them back to the main continuity, and sits in the multiverse to kill off the remainder of the Dark Multiverse. And he obtains a power of Dr. Manhattan, and his power whilst trying to like save the universe effectively from what's coming with Perpetua and the Dark Knights. Oh, but yeah, that's the current run of the comics right now. It is confusing. It
sounds absolutely fucking mental.
Yeah, I'm trying to get as many issues as I can. That way, it kind of builds up to it, and like I'm trying to get issues right now that can make a coherent sense out of it. But there's just so much.
Whoops.
Like what was it? Because I've got Flashpoint recently. I've got Dark Knights, the prelude, the tie-ins. Then I've got Doomsday Clock that leads up to it. And now I need to get like Justice League, and then like the prelude to Rebirth itself. And there's a lot. There's a lot. But I'd like to see it make at least some form of coherent sense without filler in between.
So what's this new Metals thing then? Is that Wally trying to save the multiverse?
Yeah, basically, and the final metal that apparently will kill the All Mother Perpetua is what's being referred to, hence why it's called this, as well as the previous one, the Death Metal.
Oh.
So yeah, it's as silly as it sounds, and they kind of accept it, and that's why they're kind of playing off it with like a Batman who goes around on like a death metal cycle and has a scythe, and then there's Wonder Woman with like blue tinge highlights in her hair, and then Superman has like a zombie looking arm but has long hair, and they're fully embracing it, which I do think.
So these are all Dark Multiverse versions.
Oh no, this is the main timeline continuities.
Oh, so how the hell do they?
So there's recently been a tie-in with what happened apparently in between that time. So I'm pretty sure Wonder Woman was weakened and became a slave of Perpetua because they threatened to destroy the entirety of Themyscira. Same thing happened to Atlantis, so they all submitted to her will and became her slaves. Superman tried to go...
Oh, no way!
Feels bad, man.
What are these enforced stealth missions, bro? The second mission in the game is a forced stealth mission.
Don't worry, this is the only one in the game, I think.
Why are they? Why are they even in? Why is it 2020 and I'm still doing stealth missions? Full stealth missions.
You're gonna have a lot of fun in the Hulk stealth mission. Just kidding.
Oh.
The Hulk and the
I almost
stealth
switched it off. I was just about to end the stream. F me, man.
But where was I?
Yeah, you're telling me about Superman.
For Superman, he gets like he's getting like tied down to a chair, and he gets captured by a Batman who basically killed Darkseid and became the anti-life equation. And Batman went on the run which has actually been quite cool because he actually has a Black Lantern ring, and he's constantly fighting to like not be possessed, like influenced by it, whilst bringing back the dead and having them fight for him. It's
Oh.
been really neat because he's been able to bring back Jonah Hex too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's been pretty cool. Like
God
there's
damn it. You,
it's
you're saying things that I enjoy hearing.
yeah, it's campy, it's silly, it knows what it is, but it's trying to have fun at the end of the day,
Who's
which
writing it?
um I can take a look actually.
Star Wars vibes. Yeah, you're not wrong, Buana, honestly. I've already died to a jump puzzle.
So it's being put together by Scott Schneider and Greg Cappuccillo.
Oh yeah,
Cappuccillo.
Capillo. They're the one. They're the Batman team that everybody loved in '52,
Yeah.
which I
I mean,
didn't enjoy.
it's been okay so far. It's just I consider it as a fun event. I think if I try to see anything else more about it, it's gonna just come across as really, really fucking stupid.
Yeah. Devious goats. No devious goats. Devious robots. But
Although I will say some of these tie-in titles they do have for it are like absolutely hilarious.
like,
All right. So the names of them says it for themselves. Legends of the Dark Knights, Death Metal Guidebook, Trinity Crisis, Speed Metal, Speed Death Metal,
where
Dark Knights
where are you
Death
reading
Metal.
this?
Yeah, I'm not kidding. Like, get some of these. Dark Knight's Death Metal Guidebook, Dark Knight's Death Metal Infinite Hour Extreme with a triple X, triple, just in case you didn't know. Dark Knight's Death Metal Legend of the Dark Knights, Dark Knight's Death Metal Multiverses End, Dark Knight Death Metal Rise of the New God, Robin King, Speed Metal, The Last 52 War of the Multiverse, Last Stories of the DCU, The Multiverse Who Laughs,
Oh my.
Death Metal's The Secret Origin, and Trinity Crisis.
They're really
Like,
going in, aren't they?
yeah, like they're embracing it because I think they even realize like it's so ridiculous, but they're having fun with it, and it's hard to not be entertained by them enjoying it.
I might get the guidebook because it seems like that's a good place to.
Yeah, I mean, dude, I have like tons of comics, so if you want to like read a certain order of them, I'll happily like lend you some.
Don't tempt me, Frodo. Thank you though, I appreciate it. I
That's
just
cool,
buy all
man.
my comics digital, so I just buy them and just because I just don't have the space
Yeah.
in my house anymore for.
The thing is, I am like slowly but surely kind of getting to that point because I am running out of shelf space because I have like this terrible thing of buying comics and not actually reading a lot of them.
See, that's why I've cut down. So let me tell you my. So I get subscriptions now, right?
Mhm.
And my subscriptions, because they just get automatically sent to my Kindle. So now that I have these subscriptions. By the way, can you see how much attention I'm paying to this riveting Avengers story? Online players in Europe 5. Yeah, I mean, I think if you want to play ranked GBVS games now, you've got to be on a Discord. So my series of subscriptions are X-Men, which is great, Thor, which is okay, The Batman's Grave, which is written by Warren Ellis, so unfortunately it's tainted now, but it was like issue 8 when it came out that he was a sex offender, so I was like, finish the damn series. So Batman's Grave, Suicide Squad, Seven Secrets, which is really good. It's a Boom series written by Tom Taylor. And then Red Hood and the Outlaws, which they're also rebranding because Scott Lobdell's come out as a sexual harassing man as well. So,
Oh, really?
yep. So you know. Okay, so I just bought the guidebook. So if it sucks, I'm blaming you. Why are people mad at me when I say the game has a problem with population? I mean, It's because it's just that people just don't want. They don't want to put it down because they don't want to. They don't want to add to any sort of fuel that might hasten its demise. Does that make sense? I don't know if maybe they're mad at you for saying something like that. They're probably just mad that they don't want you to perpetuate the idea that it's not as not played as much as the moment, which is fair, I guess, because nobody wants to say their game is declining. But then at the same time, you know, they've got their tournament at CT as well. Benji's carrying it on his back, and then they've got people like Cynical and Moss as well doing tournaments every week that fills up. So it's not dead. It just the casual fan, that it doesn't seem to have as much appeal as it once did.
Yeah, unfortunately, there's a lot of that with fighting games. I think it's important to acknowledge, like, if your fighting game or whatever is in a niche genre, just kind of acknowledge it and see what you can do to make it a bit better. Nothing wrong with
I
that.
think it's just it's a bit tough at the moment because of Corona, man. If you
That's true.
a lot of people have put their a lot of people made these games not thinking that they wouldn't they wouldn't get screwed over essentially by the lack of offline tournaments, but
It hits, man.
yeah, everybody just got bodied by Corona, and all these games that got crap netcode just suffer the most. So
Yeah. Don't worry. They always have Evo for that fun exhibition this year. Just kidding.
oh, it's too soon. It's too
It's
soon.
never too soon with Evo.
Oh, dang it!
Oh.
I did it. I did what you wanted.
Yeah! There we go.
But not on purpose. Damn it!
Oh. I mean, did you ever see my meme tweet about Evo?
Maybe.
I'll send it to you now on WhatsApp. But basically, because what was it? They didn't reach out to me either about anything with any game. I just kind of like threw me in the blank about it. So I ended up like making this really fun meme out of the entire situation.
EU anchor commentary. Yeah. That's awesome, though. No, yeah, I think a lot of people did that as well.
Okay, so I must have made it around.
It's so sad, isn't it? It's such a big opportunity for so many different people, and then.
Oh,
Are you taking the piss?
Yeah, this is awesome.
Why didn't she just grab the rope?
Who needs stretchy arms when there's gravity?
Mr. I like that.
Oh.
When will Dredd get the game he deserves? I don't know, boy. No, honestly, I feel like Judge Dredd is such a mismanaged property outside of the comic books.
He is. It's awful.
You've got the comics, and you've got that one good Carl Urban film, and then other than that, you're like, man, are you telling me 2000 AD don't have the money to do an animated series or do a film or, you know?
Well, that's the funny thing. They actually have a show in the pipeline at the moment.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was supposed to be filmed this year, but you know, as we mentioned with COVID, it's kind of stifled all the opportunity. Now, please do not die again.
Can I not jump on that?
You can.
I mean.
Looks like you're being introduced to the loading screens pretty early, my friend. You should be able to.
I've tried twice to jump up. There's no. Yeah, the last Dredd movie was. My only complaint about the last Dredd movie is that they tried really hard to turn it into an actual film instead of just making it Dredd murking his way up the building like the Raid.
Dredd Murder Simulator.
Yeah, that's what we want to see, bro. We want to see concussive rounds and then him shoot somebody and then them turn into giblets. I don't want him to start harmonizing with this psychic woman. I mean, I know it's all part of the comics, but you know, it's like making a Wolverine film where. Actually, I was gonna say where it's got an emotional heart, but then Logan was really sick, so maybe I'll shut up.
That is true. Oh man, I.
Now she
Logan.
fucking grabs it. Yeah, Logan was really good.
Yeah, it's even as like a film in itself, man. It's brilliant. Although I strongly encourage like everyone to watch even the bad films to get to that point.
Have you watched Astartes? Yes, sir, I have. Oh, fuck, just a mesh square.
Let the inner combat league come out. Down one. Down one. Oh.
Yeah, I did. I loved them. I loved them, dude. I thought they were all amazing. I'm not gonna lie, Callum. I am not enjoying this fucking game at all at the moment.
Yeah. To be fair, you haven't actually got to a sequence where you're playing the game as
No!
you want.
Why is this... Why? Picked this game because I wanted to be Captain America.
Do you want me to be honest with Captain America?
It's not for ages.
It's still like 80% of the story. You have a long way to go.
Why? Why do I have to unlock anyone? Why can't you just let me...
Dude, I know, trust me, he was the only character I was interested in playing. And like, by the time I got to play him, I was like, I'm so fizzled. I don't want to do it. At least now you get to play the game properly. This will be quite fun.
How long is this goddamn story anyway?
About 16 hours. I'm kidding. It's like if you want to not bother with side missions or whatever, it's probably like 8 hours. Probably about 8 hours. If you want to do side missions, that will add more hours to the game, understandably.
At least you can actually fight people now.
Yeah, this is where the fun of the game starts to come to fruition, because the combat is quite fun, minus the lock-on system, because the lock-on system is garbage. I do love her punch, though. It's literally like a giant slinky hand.
Dodge that guy so hard.
Mind you, I'm not the biggest fan of Kamala Khan, because to me she wasn't my Miss Marvel, and I don't like when like comics in general replace people with other characters, but
yeah.
I enjoyed her character here.
Well, I think the way they're going for it with Kamala is that she's Miss Marvel, not Captain Marvel. So
yeah.
I think that's how they're rationalizing it, is that it's...
Well, they rebranded and retconned so much about Carol Danvers at this point. No one in the current generation knows that Carol Danvers was ever Miss Marvel.
Oh.
Which I don't really like.
I liked her as Warbird when she was on the Avengers years ago.
Yeah. My problem was, it's just like... Carol, to me, has never been an interesting main character. At best, she's utilized well as a side character.
Yeah, that's why she was good in the Avengers, was because she had a drinking problem, and she was like... She was depowered, and she was going through all these like emotional issues where she... Oop, press double tap to evade.
I mean, don't forget you still have your R2 as well, so you'll have like a built-in dodge, auto dodge. But yeah, I mean, Carol Danvers has always been a weird character. Did you know about her husband, son, boyfriend from the future?
No, sir, I did not.
Alright. Are you ready for some of the most disgusting, ingenuous shit there has ever been?
Hit me.
Okay. So basically, Carol started dating a guy in the early 90s or late 80s. And they were getting close and were kind of intimate. And what happened is that she would later learn that he was actually a supervillain from the future who was in fact her son. But during this time, she didn't really know about it. And she developed Stockholm Syndrome. And then she got pregnant by him to give birth to him, so that way he could be born. And then he gets defeated. That's it. There was effectively incestuous relationship and paradox.
He's MODOK, Gil, I think. He's going to become MODOK. Or the leader. I'm guessing MODOK if he's in a wheelchair.
He went back in time.
So he went back in time to have sex with with Captain Marvel.
With his mom, yes. To give birth to him. Yeah,
Okay.
people actually published this and thought it was okay.
It's like there was a character in the early 2000s X-Men called Azazel, who's Nightcrawler's dad, and
Yeah,
his plan was he would come to Earth to have sex with
in most literal
mutants,
sense, I
yeah,
guess.
and then give birth to mutants that allow him to come to Earth.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I know a little bit about that.
And I was like, but he's coming to Earth.
Yeah, it's just kind of like, how does this work? This is really dumb. And then, like, what is it? Nightcrawler's like half demon, half mutant now, or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, the X Men, the X Men has always been the crazy, like, crazy cousin at parties that. Don't say
Yeah,
anything, Alias, because I've got Predestination actually lined up to watch, but I just haven't ever finished it.
it's just, I don't know, man.
I mean, that sounds perfectly normal to me, going back in time and having sex with your mum to give birth to you. But then, I don't even.
I know. I know. Trust me. That there's like 1,000 different scenarios that I run through my head of trying to understand it, and they they just made it work. But not really. It's so stupid. It's so stupid. It's not okay.
I think when it comes to time travel, everyone. I mean, this is why I'm not a massive fan of time travel stuff. Is people can just take liberties, right? If you're willing to accept time travel as a concept in the story, then anything else just becomes, well, you've accepted time travel, so hold that shit. So
The problem is with time travel is that it is so messed up in terms of fiction. There's like 20 different interpretations about how time travel works that there's no way of being able to look into it and like make things solid and clear and clean. The only you want me to tell you the only easy way to
hey,
make
Froggy,
time travel work,
tell me,
have it be a multiverse. That's the only way to get around it.
like Avengers, where they say that each thing will start another, each change will start a multiverse.
Yeah, because then you're like, oh well, what would happen if this and blah blah blah. Well, who's to say it didn't happen and blah blah blah. And it's like, well, yeah, that's a fair point. Just because we're
Yeah,
not seeing it doesn't mean it's not happening, type of thing. It's lazy writing, but it works.
I think that's the thing, though, isn't it? It's like, it's just you just have to get people into that to buy that. Have you guys watched Dark? No, that's on Netflix though, isn't it? I've heard it's really good.
Yeah, this is the first I've heard of it.
Yeah, somebody, Sonic Ninja, I think in the I can't remember who he was talking to, said it was really good in the Mortal Kombat. What's that?
Oh, Punch. Oh no, no Punch.
Yeah, I heard it was really good actually.
Okay, now you approximately have 2 more hours of this before you get to play as a character you like. I'm kidding.
Callum.
You have this mission, which will shortly be followed by a mission from the beta, and then you'll be able to play with me.
So we'll play tomorrow then.
Probably with how the pacing of this is going to go.
Well, are you free tomorrow at 2 to start?
I'm not too sure because my friend's coming around and I'm getting my hair done again. So maybe when that's over, because she can't stay long until like 4. So I should be on by then. And
Oh, okay. Well, then I'll
hopefully,
definitely be in the game itself, so I can.
yeah. I mean, it also gives me time tonight to like bother playing the game again and kind of remembering things I enjoy, like dying and falling off roofs. That's my favorite part.
I mean, that guy just got shimmied out of his boots. Hey, punch!
Like, she is fun to play.
Punch!
She's really weird, but she's fun to
Punch.
play. And as you start unlocking abilities as you go on,
How much abilities can you actually unlock in this game, though? Because it seems like you just have your L bumper, your R bumper, and then L and R together, and that's it.
yeah. So,
Oops.
there's as you level up, you can spend points on earning abilities on your core skill tree, so it doesn't include your specials. But then there's stuff you can improve with your specials in general. So that may increase how many times you can use it, how the cooldown is, how much damage you do.
Oh,
So it's
okay.
general really good stuff. And then there's the super itself, which can be changed and altered in ways like adding elemental damage, having a faster cooldown.
Okay.
Uh,
So there is
but
actually moves you can do. It's not just like L1
yeah,
forever.
yeah. So what you have here is your core move set, and you're going to get stuff that amplifies your core move set, or as well as your specials, and finally your super itself. So you get to kind of tailor it to how you want to play. Wait, did you? Oh, I was going to say, it was like, god damn.
I'm about to die. Oh no, I timed my jump. Why are you in a dystopian area? Buana, I'm not gonna lie to you, brother. I've been paying zero attention to this story, so I cannot answer any of your questions. All I know is something happened, and some guy did some baddie did something and blamed the
Yeah.
Avengers, and now people think the Avengers are baddies and they disbanded, and now Miss Marvel's trying to bring them back together again. Is as much of the story as I've gleaned. I mean, again, Callum, you can correct me if I'm.
No, I'm just kind of lost in the open terrain of it because it's more about as barren as my love life.
Aw.
Anyway, just kidding.
Oh.
It's too close to home.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. Basically, at the moment, she's trying to find some stuff out about the Avengers and why it's all fallen apart. And I think she's either oh no, she's obtained a file revealing
Oh
that
yeah.
Captain America was trying to save the
Save.
scientist, but the scientist
Oh.
locked him in. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I actually died around this part because I slipped through a gap in the fucking scaffolding. So
Oh.
no,
Oh, like
literally
that one.
run down there. Don't go down there. That's how I died. That's how I died. That's how I died. I hate it when I'm right.
I hate this
I
game. I hate this game so much, Callum. I'm not gonna lie to you. This really is like Force Awakens with Marvel characters. That's the only vibe I'm getting from this shit at the moment.
Don't get me wrong. There's like I think it's kind of like finding a character you enjoy because I didn't enjoy a lot of the game up until I found the character I enjoyed,
But
and
from that list of
unfortunately, I didn't unlock those characters till I got to 80% of the end game.
from what
I
you were saying before, even from that list, it doesn't even look like. Oh, there you go. It doesn't even seem like there's many James characters coming out.
yeah, like I feel it comes down to how the characters play. Like I enjoyed the Hulk with his brain dead stuff, but I know it's gonna absolutely vary. It's gonna vary so incredibly much.
I
Because you
want
may
Moon Knight.
enjoy Iron Man, but I definitely did not enjoy Iron Man.
I want Moon Knight, and I want Blade.
Blade would be pretty dope, I'm not gonna lie. Oh, the idea of me being able to play as high Wesley Snipes in the game. Whew. Did you hear about that for Blade Trinity, by the way?
No.
Oh, apparently he was like super baked all the time on set, and like forced everyone on set to refer to him as Blade and not Wesley. It's like I gotta stay in character the entire time, dog.
I think he
And
was livid after that as well because he had to share all the screen time with Ryan Reynolds and Jessica Biel.
oh yeah, no, he was like that entire thing was like a shit show, but it's hilarious because one of the actors like goes on a talk show and like just explains how his entire trailer just stunk of weed, and he was like constantly in character and it was making everyone uncomfortable.
He went full method. Like,
Yeah, he went full method. Apparently, he was like trying to drop one-liners in conversations that weren't landing, and it was weird and awkward for everyone.
yeah, I definitely want to play as high Wesley Snipes then. That'd be sick. Wasn't Star Wars Fallen Order Fallen Star Wars good enough? Listen. But the thing is, this game, I'm not expecting anything from it, and I'm still disappointed. It's not. Um,
Oh.
I'm not. I didn't go into this whole game like Jiminy Jillikers, it's the Avengers. I knew playing it that it was gonna be it was going to be a game in with a small G, but just playing through it, it's just like, why do they have to do these like ensemble? It should have just been, you have the main story and you just play through it as your man. That's it. Pick your man
Yeah.
and then go through it. It shouldn't be, oh, you're gonna have to play as Kamala for 90% and then Bruce Banner for 2% and then, because the strength of the game isn't in the fact that it's a good game. The strength of the game is that you get to play with your homies and do these strikes and stuff and do these massive super combos and blah blah blah. You know? I knew it was going to be a game. Yeah, a game with a small G. But thankfully, I've been jamming with Callum the whole time, and he's been giving me a rundown of the DC universe. Have you seen any of the? Have you ever seen? There's two DC animated things that I was interested in. Were Deathstroke, was it Dragons and Knights or something? And Dark Side
Hola,
War,
papa.
Justice League Apocalypse, the animated films. Have you seen those?
Oh, the recent one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't like it.
Oh, why?
Because it is peak DC edgelord fandom of let's completely ruin all character development and not show any of the characters respect, but let's appeal to that edgelord, and then by doing so and killing off these characters, we like to pretend we've raised the stakes, and that's actually really deep now.
Oh. One of those ones.
Yeah, I completely detested it, and they treat every character like garbage there. Like Wonder Woman, like gets her arm ripped off like it's paper by this fake Doomsday Dark Side thing, and like the opening sequence of it, everyone's treated like
But
garbage.
that is the new 52 in a nutshell. Is she Reed Richards' daughter? No, she just has stretchy powers because they haven't used that archetype in a while.
Oh yeah, I was just saying, which is why I was laughing. I'm just trying to imagine like sitting down and having a conversation with really high Wesley Snipes, and he's just constantly dropping like
Yeah.
Blade quotes
Yeah.
in the midst of a conversation. It's like, "Hey Wesley, how you doing, man? I just went outside and got a coffee. You want anything?" And I just imagine him saying, "Some motherfuckers are trying to always rise
yeah.
the uphill."
Yeah.
I'm just kind of like, "Wait, what does that mean?"
Yeah. So you want a coffee? You don't want a coffee? I don't. I'm not.
He only replies back in Blade quotes.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Just Wesley, please. You're not a deep character, bro. We only want you to do martial arts and chop people up. This game should have released in the movies. Oh yeah, 100%, 100%, Bonner. This game is 2 years too late.
I'm just reading through these Blade quotes now, and it's making it so much worse. It's like, what does that mean, Wesley? What do you want? It's like, you want a coffee? It's like, what the hell makes you think about hunting vampires? Like, what are you talking about?
Hey, Andy.
Oh man, the idea of it's just fucking hilarious. Like, I've got tears in my eyes. Oh,
But Blade would be sick in this game, though.
Oh.
They just need to put Blade in the Avengers. Well, I mean, they're doing a Mahershala Ali Blade film at some point as well, aren't they? So.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting.
I mean, I'm 6,000% all in because I think he's a sick actor. So.
He was in he played Cottonmouth in
Yeah. Hey, Fight Zone. Why has he got a beard? Because he's Krusty Hulk. He's been living on the helicarrier this whole time. Just.
Oh yeah, no, he looks like a bum. He looks like a straight up street bum.
How are you enjoying the game? I'm not, Andy. How you doing, Fight Zone? Yeah, I'm not answering. I'm not enjoying this game at all at the moment. But as Callum has articulately placed. Oh. He said that eventually you get to play the game as somebody. It's a Star. It's funny how many people are coming to chat like it's a Star Wars situation. It's like, yeah.
I don't think it's the Star Wars situation.
It's not as bad as Star Wars because I haven't fallen through the world yet. So.
I'll never forget like me warning you like
Bro,
so bad.
People, you and Buana both were like, just don't do it, and I was like,
I'ma do it.
I'ma do it. Yeah, I'ma do it.
Won't be that bad, right, guys?
It's not gonna be that
Right?
bad, right? It's not gonna be that bad, right?
Oh man.
So what am I unlocking?
Oh yeah, so this is the skill tree. So this is your core move set of what you can effectively like change and adapt and mess around with. I personally recommend being able to use the double hit twice. But I think it's one down. Where if you press it again after it, yeah. That one's pretty good at breaking people's guards.
Okay.
If you're worried about shield people.
I'll take it. I mean, I'm not playing this stupid bitch for as long when I don't have to play it, so I generally don't care about.
Yeah. Like, I enjoy playing her, but I can definitely see, like, people not enjoying her.
Kamala. Yeah, I mean, I like Kamala as a character. I just don't like being forced to play her when I want to be Iron Man.
Yeah.
Or Thor, or Captain America, or Black Widow, or, you know, anyone else.
Oh, Heavy Punch.
Okay.
You know, as much as I want to like Kamala, isn't she just, like, another version of Mr. Fantastic, if you think about it?
She is, but
But not smart.
yes. I think the main thing about her is that she's a Muslim character, an Asian Muslim character, which is very, very thin on the ground when it comes to representation in any
That is
universe.
true.
So I think her powers in general were considered mostly just as like a whatever, but I just like the fact that there's a bit more representation because, I mean, if you look at the main characters of this roster, they're all standing there. It's 6 white people and Kamala, so you do need a bit of versatility because otherwise...
Hey man, you got someone representing my green man.
Yeah, true. Yeah, you got Greentopia, and you got the Norse gods covered for all the Norse gods who play this game.
Yeah.
Oh shit! I mistimed that. No, I didn't. I'm sick. What else? Yeah, I mean, there's no. The only East Asian character is Shang-Chi, and which I imagine they'll put in when the film comes out, but he's not in it for now.
I'm gonna lie, I really don't get Shang-Chi.
Why? He's sick. What don't you get about him? Hey, Gibbs! How you doing, brother?
Consider him like C-tier Iron Fist.
He's actually on par with Iron Fist, if not more powerful than Iron Fist in terms of just straight kung fu.
I hope so, at least in this MCU version, or I'm just gonna hear him talk about how he's Shang-Chi and not actually use his powers.
I mean, no, I think that, I mean, this menu is really shitty to navigate.
It is awful.
How you doing anyway, brother? Gibbs, you good? Yeah, I mean, co-op, action RPG. Yeah, that's literally all it is, fights, and I bought it so I can play with Callum and Jordan. Oh yeah, it's gonna be fine. The menu reminds me of Destiny. Yeah, Destiny, bad Destiny 1, not good Destiny 1.
Yeah, Destiny 1 wasn't good up until Taken King.
They've definitely taken a lot of cues from Destiny in terms of. I mean, you've already said that, didn't you?
Oh, punch the red thing. Oh, you didn't punch the red thing. Now you gotta get all the way back up there. Punch the red thing. Me.
Yeah. Alright. Bless you, Buana. Thanks for popping in, my man.
Yeah, I didn't get into what was it? So I've played Destiny for ever since its release, and even I'd say like right now the game is like trash.
But they're releasing a new one, so I mean, I'm with you. I played Destiny every single expansion up until the most recent one, as in update.
Yeah, I treat Destiny like I treat Call of Duty. It's my one time a year where I know I'm buying a trash can game, but it'll pass time when I'm watching stuff.
Well, that's why I'm getting Shadowlands. I think I picked this game up on sale. Yeah, no, 100%. 100,000%. If I wasn't going to stream it, I wouldn't buy it.
Oh, is that this upcoming expansion?
No, I mean this one.
Oh, no, Shadowlands.
Oh, yeah, Shadowlands is the upcoming, yeah.
Okay, yeah. We can probably play that together if that's the case, because I will be getting it as well.
Heck yeah. What do you play in WoW? What's your class?
I use the big brain character called the Titan, and I punch things really hard.
Oh, in Destiny. Sorry, I thought you were talking about Shadowlands is the World of Warcraft expansion.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant for Destiny. I was just kind of like, oh, what's that the name of the DLC? It goes to show how much of a shit I give about Destiny 2 DLC.
Yeah, I think $15 is fair for this. Oh, get
Yeah.
shimmied though.
I think, honestly, I can't say
Oh, that man got booted.
at worst this game is only worth buying in the bargain bin, because there's definitely aspects to enjoying it, but no one should pay above the minimum price for it.
What
because
is
I don't
Among
think
Us?
it's worth it.
Because everybody seems to be playing Among Us at the moment. Oh,
I see it around a lot too.
there's lots of memes. Oh, I got shimmied. Spacing, bitch. I play fighting games. Boot him. Hooah! Yeah, you weren't wrong about getting that move. That's pretty.
Yeah, it is super, super helpful.
Boots. Haagen-Dazs. Ooh. Punch. 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 Kick. That guy got comboed. Yeah, I never played Mafia either. I don't know. Is it like you have to run around and do stuff and then and then there's a baddie that you find, and I actually don't know what it's about.
That feels extremely vague the way you put it.
Yeah, I'm so bad. I'm so sorry. Oh wait, I'm Giant Man?
Oh yeah, that's a special ability. This is where things
That's
get
pretty
quite
cool.
fun. Just press triangle. Like it's hilarious what you can do.
I'm just booting people.
Boop. Like, this is the more fun aspect I happen to find with Kamala.
Yeah, this seems fun. Can you do her other moves while she's embiggened? Oh, you can.
I think she can do like certain things. You still use like her normal supers and stuff as well.
Yeah. Oops, I just whiffed my super. That's good.
But yeah, she has one of the funner supers in the game.
Yeah.
I'd say her super... Hulk super's okay, but it's kind of very lackluster.
That sounds interesting.
Black Widow's one's fun. Was it Tony gets his Hulkbuster suit? So if you ever want to play,
that's cool.
4 summons and uses the Bifrost. Captain America just slams his shield into a ground really, really hard, and yeah, that's as exciting as it gets. Black Widow brings out like an electronic bow staff that she can run around with and smack people with, and it lasts over the course of time. So it's actually super, super good and really practical.
I think who was playing it on stream the other day? Omega K was playing it on stream with Mustard and Co. I think the other day. So maybe I'll get it and we can play. We can do a gym invitational. How long are games though? Is it like an hour or is it like 20 minutes?
Okay.
Parappa the Rapper. Oh man, Parappa the Rapper was so sick. How's the Hulk bleeding? I mean.
So, James, you should be able to invite me now.
Oh, really?
Nah, I'm kidding. That's like another 4 hours.
Oh, I hate you so such a piece of shit. I hate you so much. Why'd you do what? Why?
I was hoping you'd take the bait if I said that.
Of course I take the bait. Haven't you realized I just trust you, you dick?
Oh. But you do have one more mission after this, and then I should be able to join you for
I'll tell you what
missions.
then. I'll tell you what. I'll call it there.